Hello and welcome again. Thank you for joining me for this discussion. I want to remind you that as with other videos for this class, please have your textbook out and follow along as we discuss the various items. Today we're going to be talking about getting started with Microsoft Office 2007, and this is actually in your textbook under the page Office 1. Actually, we're going to begin starting our discussion on page Office 2, and this is kind of a yellowish tab. Now this one is a little different. This is the start of where you're going to need the data files, and the information about the data files is included in the Blackboard course site. So I would encourage you to be comfortable with locating those, downloading those to your local computer or flash drive, and being able to save those. If you need more assistance, refer back to earlier chapters that talks about file management with Windows Vista or Windows XP. So again, let's get started talking about Office 2007. If you look at the first page, which is actually Office 1, you will see that in the upper left-hand corner, and let me see if I can show you this, there is a section here that talks about what kinds of files you will need for the class. So be sure to look at that. In this one, you'll need the Office A-1 Excel file. Each chapter, each unit will talk about and have a list of the files you will need for that chapter. So that'll be extremely helpful to you as you gather the information and get ready to produce the various documents. So when you're talking about the Microsoft Office suite, there are multiple programs that are included in the suite, but the ones that we're going to cover in this class will be Word, Excel, PowerPoint, and Access. And so those are talked about on Office 2 page and talks about what each one, what each program does. And some of you are probably familiar with Word and PowerPoint. Those are probably the most common, and you're probably less familiar with Excel and then even less familiar with Access, but by the time the class is over with, you guys are going to be well on your way to understanding Microsoft Office. So looking at page Office 4, you can see how to open up a document, how to start the program, and how to essentially exit the program if you need be. So that kind of gives you an orientation on how to get started in the Microsoft Office program. And then looking at page Office 6 talks about the interface, the user interface, the user experience. And notice in the discussions on page 6 and 7 that the user interface across multiple programs is very similar. So if you're comfortable with Word, then the interface for Excel and PowerPoint and even Access is very similar. So once you know one, you're kind of familiar with all of the user interfaces. And user interface is an extremely important term. You'll see it on a test in the future, and it's defined up at the top of page Office 6, which is essentially the way you interact with the computer program. Creating and saving a file is discussed on page 8, and essentially it's just wanting you to pull up and know where the save commands are. Same way with page 10 in the Office section, talking about opening a file and saving it with a new name. And then Office 12 page talks about viewing and printing your work. Again, I've said this in past videos, but let me just say this again. Please do not print unless you want to copy yourself. This is an online class. All your documents will be exchanged electronically, so I ask that you do not print and hand anything in to me. Don't send it via mail or anything like that. All of your items will be exchanged with me through Blackboard electronically. There's no need to print anything unless you want a copy of your assignment or your homework. Feel free to print if you want, but again, do not print anything for me for this class. And that's talked about how to print on page Office 12. And then Office 14 talks about getting help. You'll see a running theme throughout most of these programs and in some of our earlier discussions that pretty much any program, any screen you're in, you can get help. There's a little help icon, a little question mark that will allow you to go to a help menu system that will allow you to search or even just browse the various help contents. Okay, that ends our brief discussion about Office 2007. As always, if you have any questions, please feel free to post to the discussion boards, or email me through Blackboard or my email address at dwestman@mscok.edu. Thank you and have a great day.